Want to sharpen your game? Join the DFM Coaching Patreon for exclusive technique breakdowns and mindset training. Now, let's get started.
Welcome to Tap Dan. My name is David Figaro-Martinez of DFM Coaching, and today we're going to be discussing the bronze medal mentality for growth. We all want to be gold medalists. We all want to win the round, win the tournament, the class, the gym. We want to be the best blue belt, the purple belt, the best whatever. And that's not a bad thing to do. It's not a bad thing to kind of want or to aspire to. I always had this competitive edge where I wanted to be able to compete with all the other belts that I was with. And I also wanted to give the upper belts some problems. I want to give them issues. I wanted to prove that my abilities warranted a promotion, a degree, a belt, whichever version came next. I wanted that for myself. And when that didn't happen, sometimes I don't want to say I took it out on people, but I very much became a little bit more competitive. If someone got promoted ahead of me that I didn't think was worthy of being promoted ahead of me, I wasn't a dick, but I made sure that they knew the next time we rolled. And it wasn't like I put it on them necessarily to prove them. It was more sometimes just this broad or this vague, they or he don't think that I'm ready. All right, I'm going to prove it this round. And I wasn't hurting people. I wasn't looking to make people like hate their lives or anything or their jiu-jitsu, but I wanted to make it known that, hey, you promoted this person ahead of me and I have those same capabilities. Why am I not getting promoted? There's other reasons why I wasn't getting promoted or why anyone doesn't get promoted. It's not skill set, it's necessarily, and it's not whether you can beat the other people. Oftentimes, your promotions, and just very quickly, are based about what you are doing with you. It's an internal debate in battle. If there's certain things that you're not doing much of or doing well, or maybe you're not honing in on some of your deficiencies, then you're going to be passed up for some promotions until you start doing that. That's another debate for another topic, another show. But when it comes to like the mentality that we should have, we want to be the gold medalist, yes. There's only so many of those, and we're almost always going to be some kind of a version of something that comes up short. There's two different mentalities. There's a silver medalist that their mindset is always wrapped around what could have happened, what I could have done, or why I didn't get the result I wanted. It's like that first loser mentality. It doesn't feel like a win because in essence, the one winner is the gold medalist. And you're in a position where because you came up just short, you're thinking about things in a comparison model. What did I not do? What mistake did I make? And you're harping on those things a little bit more than maybe you should. And I understand because the relationship between first and second is so close oftentimes that we're always kind of like, I fucked up. I should have did this. I should have that. And you're harping so much on what could have been instead of what was. The bronze medalist often feels like, at least I medaled. At least I'm on the podium. I got something. I'm happy to be here. Like the mindset is different. Even me, and this is something that they've studied at the Olympic level between silver and bronze. But even me, thinking back on those days where I got a bronze and those days where I got a silver, it was very much in line with that. It was very much in line with, I came up short. I made this mistake. I should have capitalized on this and that. And you're really worried about or focused on what could have been. And in those days where I competed and I got bronze, yeah, I made mistakes, no doubt. For me to get bronze, I made some shitty mistakes and I didn't capitalize on things that I should have capitalized on. But it was also a different mindset of like, well, I'm getting a picture done. I'm on the podium. I'm third. There's a couple of us. There's 6 or 7 of us. I got third. Like I got something. And the mindset is just different. I remember being there and I'd be like, hey, even during the match, like you're in a third place match and if you lose, you're not going to get shit. And you're going to have to tell people you didn't get shit. And in the middle of the match, you'll have these thoughts of like, oh, I can't, I'm losing. I'm falling behind. I'm making this mistake. I got to fix this. I got to fix that. I don't want to not get something. And then you win the match and you're like, fuck it. I got third. I got bronze. And I'm like, for me at least, I never felt like I fucked up or that I came short. That thought process just wasn't there for me. For me, it was, I got something. It wasn't exactly what I wanted, but I got something. And it's a weird thing because you're still one of the, if we're going to be blunt, one of the losers of the competition. You're the second loser. If we're going to be blunt, but it just feels different. It feels like, oh yes, I earned this. And then with silver, it doesn't quite feel like you earned it. It feels like you fell into it, which is a weird thing to really think about because you're so close to the pinnacle of the tournament that you are really looking at all the things that you didn't do and all the things that you left up on the mat and the things that you fucked up. And it's just a different mindset. And that's the thing that I want us to start doing a little differently. I want us to treat our rounds like bronze medal matches in a sense. I want us to just understand that we are going to make a lot of mistakes. We're going to miss an underhook. We're going to miss a sweep. We're going to get swept. We're going to lose our balance. A lot of our rounds, it happens to me. I roll with people who are, like I'm black belt, purple belts, brown belts, some of the blue belts, and I make a blunder of a mistake. At this level, I'm not beating myself up. It's just not something I'm doing. And I think it's because I have a healthy relationship with winning and losing and a healthy relationship with who I am that I don't have to, it doesn't affect my ego and it doesn't affect my identity. So when I go out there and I make a blunder, oftentimes I smile or laugh to myself. I giggle a little bit, especially if it was really dumb. And they happen. Don't get me wrong. They happen. I'll be in mount and today, I was going against one of my brown belts and I had this armbar and I, in my gut, knew that I had this armbar. I had him dead to rights. And he somehow bridged and I lost the position. I end up in close guard on my back. And internally, I just kind of giggle. Like, well, it's dumb. Like, I should have had that. But this is dumb. And I just continue to play in the match. Because that's all it is. This whole entire thing, everything that we do every day that we get into the mats, is just a fucking game. It's not life and death. It's not competition. No one, and I understand we're trying to get promoted and whatnot, but no one's really looking at this in the sense of, oh, he lost that armbar. I'm not going to promote him. Not that matters to me now anyway, but no one's looking at it that way. I don't look at my students that way. When my students are going for something and they miss it, I'm like, you missed it. It's okay. Here's how you could have fixed it. But there's no judgment from me on, oh, you fucked that up. I'll give you some shit if it was funny. Like if you did something like just idiotic and it was funny to us, we're going to give you a little bit of shit. If you did something idiotic and then you made a weird sound at the same time, like I have a couple of students that are very boisterous, you know who you are, and we laugh. Like we're supposed to make mistakes. We're supposed to get in there and try new things and be experimental and be little scientists and conduct these tests that more often than not, they're going to fail. And in that failure, I don't want us to take the mindset of the silver medalist and saying, oh, I fucked up, or I'm a piece of shit, and beat ourselves up about it. So that then we internalize that and then we carry that with us as we drive home in silence because we don't want to put on any music and enjoy our ride home because we fucked up that day. I don't want that for you guys. I don't want that for my students. I don't want that for anyone that's listening. I don't want that for any of you. That blocks your growth. When you can come in with that bronze medalist mindset of just, I'm here. I'm going to mess some things up. I'm going to have some fun. I am just happy to be present. That's the mindset that I want my students to have at all times. even in competition. And it's easy for me to say that because none of us are high level and none of us are trying to go for the world championships. We're all in our 30s and 40s for the most part. We're not striving for the same things as the elites are. The guy that, or a woman that is trying to get that gold medal at the Worlds or at PANS or ADCC or at UFC BJJ, like that's a different mindset and that's a different game. That's not the game we're playing. The game we're playing is very specific. We're here to have fun. Picture this no different than you went to a rec and you did a game of basketball. You jumped into a pickup game. You have fun. You laugh. You joke. You bust some balls. And you have fun. There's a smile on your face. You're enjoying shit. You missed that shot. Who gives a fuck? You missed the pass. Oh well. And then you go home and you and your friends are just happy and you're tired. You're a little sore and you just go home. That's the mindset I want us to have. Don't put more on this than you need to. Don't put anything extra on any of this. No one cares. I want to see that you're testing yourself. I want to see that you're not running away from tough matches. I want to see that you're not limiting yourself by only going for what you know is going to work. I want to see you experiment and I want to see you fail. I want to see you have that kind of mentality where it's just like, I fucked up, oh well. Or I messed this thing up, all right, I'll fix it next time. And then even a step further, hey coach, I keep messing up here, and here. What should I do differently? And then we go over it. We discuss it, we talk about it, we fix some things, and I kid you not, we're going to go over that same thing more than once. I've been teaching long enough to understand you're only going to pick up so many details when you ask a question. There's going to be maybe one or two things that stick out. You're going to apply those things, and then you're going to mess up some other things that we already went over, and that's fine. It's part of the process. Take that bronze medal mentality and just be happy to be there. Jiu-jitsu costs us way too much money to be pissed off about our results. And I know that sounds counterproductive, but it's a hobby. It's something we pay to go do on a padded room with a gi or no gi against random people. Majority of the people doing jiu-jitsu, I would say, are probably 30 and up. We're not world champions. We're not striving to be. We're trying to be black belts. And as a black belt, you're going to mess up a lot. You're going to I have a litany of errors that I've made. I have failed, that's saying, more times than you realize. Just like scientists trying to find that next cure to cancer or that next cure to obesity or whatever. You don't know how much failure goes into those tests. Failure after failure. Did this work? No. Did this work? Yes, it kind of worked, but it didn't work against most people. Yes, it kind of worked, but it didn't work against his people. Yes, it kind of worked, but long term it didn't work anymore. And that's in essence is what your process in jiu-jitsu is. You're going to have this technique that you're going to push, and it's going to fail a bunch of times, and then one day it's going to hit. And then it's going to fail a bunch of times again. And then it's going to hit. And then it's going to hit against certain people. And then you got to figure out why it doesn't work against these other people. And that entire time, you have to take that bronze medal mentality and just, I'm happy to be here. Win, lose, fail, get it together, cry. Sometimes you're going to cry. Sometimes you're going to be so emotional about certain things that it's going to really bug you. And again, just enjoy what we're doing. Don't take yourself too seriously. My best students are not at a certain rank specifically. Like, I don't look at it that way. The best students I have, or that most people can have, are the ones that are really silly about themselves. They don't take themselves seriously. They're giggling. They're laughing. The best classes that I have are kind of like the workshops that I do, and the ones that I have on Monday during the week in the morning, where I hear laughter. This is a long process. Enjoy what you're doing. Be in the moment. Have fun. Don't beat yourself up. Don't talk ill about yourself. Don't put yourself down. Have fun. Hoping this makes sense. If you have any questions, you can hit me up, DFM2099 on Instagram and Threads. If you'd like to join my Patreon page, I have that set up. There's going to be some stuff on there. There's some coaching on there. There's different tiers. Please join. I really want to start working with people more often, remotely or in person. But I don't want to just create content and release or create podcasts. I really want to start working with more people. That's really where my passion's at. If you like this podcast, please like, share, subscribe. Ratings go a long way. Until next time, thank you so much.